Dad and Rock reacts to Dungeons and Dragons. And there, Honor Among Thieves. This is Shaun.
And this is Chris. And if you guys haven't noticed, this is new. This Dungeons and Dragons thing to us. We're gonna give you an honest opinion on how we feel about this, and because we have no skin in this game whatsoever, do we?
We just reacted to some dragons yesterday.
Yes,
House
we
of
did.
the Dragons.
Now, see, we got a Dungeons and Dragons. Would you rather had like a Magic the Gathering movie or a Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Ooh, I don't know. What's the difference?
The
use of mana, I guess. Yeah.
I'm not sure how they're gonna do either of these. The best way to know, guys, if you like us doing this stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We've done, we just did a Lord of the Rings. We've done a House of the Dragons just here recently. So check those out. But you know what? Let's roll into this and see what this one is about. Honor Amongst Thieves.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
Concrete?
I don't know. It's kind of cool though.
Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
Well, how do we pull that off? Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
You need to
Give us a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
We also need courage,
back to school.
magic, and you. What is that again? It's an owl there.
Let's go.
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love.
This one's dangerous. But whatever happens, we'll be ready.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Want a whole lot of love.
All right. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna start with this. I love the fact that we're getting all this fantasy content because it's fun to be in these worlds. But dude, that like you said yesterday for the House of Dragon, that just did nothing for me.
Really?
This did nothing for me. I thought I seen subpar dragons compared to what we seen yesterday. And this looks like any like fantasy, plug a character in. Now Chris Pine, it'd be fun to see. I don't remember as a Rodriguez. I don't remember her first name.
Rodriguez, yeah.
Those two could be fun.
Yeah.
That I need more. That didn't do anything for me, really.
Well, we're on the opposite end of the
Again?
spectrum here again. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought
this
that
is
looked fun.
interesting.
I thought that looked fun. I like you could have done anything with this concept as far as Dungeons and Dragons. It could have been like, like a group of nerdy kids go in their basement and they start playing and they get transported to an actual world of Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? Like you could have done like variations on that. But no, this looks like just like we're in this world already. These characters actually exist. Like and it looks like a collection of a band coming together to form a party, have different strengths. And it looked kind of funny from what I saw.
Yeah.
I like the tone of it.
But when I think Dungeons and Dragons, like I said, we've never played. I was on the verge of trying to play it with Zach, but my new brain, whatever you want to say, where you need more than 2 people, you need 3, 4, 5 people to get this together, and it just
right.
I think it would be amazing for like Zach imagination and what he has.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking, okay, there's a human, there's a orc, there's an elf, there's all these different types of characters.
Yeah.
All these characters in this band that they put together, as you said, are all humanoid. They're all humans. So I think that kind of takes away a little of like, am I watching a Dungeons and Dragons, or am I just watching this a random, Netflix sci-fi, not sci-fi, but fantasy movie?
I think that's the see, once again, like I've never really played it. You've never really played it. We asked like, what's the difference between this or a Magic the Gathering? Like I feel like it's
But with
very
Magic the
broad.
Gathering, there'd be like planeswalkers, or there'd be, you know,
Yeah, would there be though? Like, yeah, from when we played, like,
yeah,
there's so many different fantasy creatures and characters and variations of humanoid creatures. Like, Dungeons and Dragons is very broad. Like, when you say Dungeons and Dragons, you might as well just say like, magical fantasy. Like, I don't know like what's supposed to be in there, what's supposed to be not. Like, even something like World of Warcraft is more specific with the things that are in there. But I think the Dungeons and Dragons have been around for so long that like it's like a melting pot of a bunch of different fantastic things, and I don't know, like because it's so broad, like you could just kind of throw anything in there, and like you said, I don't. Maybe that detracts from it, where it just seems like any generic fantasy
yeah. And
movie.
I
So,
think I'm in the hurry up and wait mode on this one here.
mhm,
I don't foresee me seeing this in the theater, but if
mhm.
there's nothing else out, I mean, I wouldn't not go either. So it's kind of one of those. I just like those fantasy type worlds. So if that's what the mood I'm in, I'll go see it.
Well,
But
it's coming
there's
out
nothing
this
drawing me.
upcoming March, which is actually pretty kind of soon. Usually, they release trailers, and it feels like it's like a whole year in advance. You have to wait a long, long time. But March isn't that far away. It's just after the holidays. And yeah, I mean, it did enough for me where I would go see it, especially if after that first week there was some positive word of mouth.
It's
That's
good.
what I may do is
Yeah.
let it come out that first week and get kind of the tone that's out there as far as people that saw it, and then make my decision.
That's pretty much probably where I'm going to be. I'm not
Yeah,
rushing out to the theater to see it, that Friday or Saturday,
right.
unless we see more. If we see more and we get another really good trailer, and we get a better feeling of where we're going with it. I mean,
Mhm.
Michelle Rodriguez and Chris Pine. If I'm getting a better feeling from them, because I mean, you can tell their dynamic and their chemistry just in that trailer is going to
Yeah.
be good. I mean, that was one of the bright spots I got from that.
And they must be playing to my and your demographic, just throwing some Led Zeppelin in there. Like you just,
Mm.
and Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and
Oh,
Thunder
they
kind of
know
help
what
you
they're
that
doing.
too.
They are not
Yeah.
dumb. They're not
Throw
dumb
some
in the
classic
least.
rock in there, and you'll have me bobbing my head at least a little bit.
See, they're getting us hooked on the music, and then they're hoping we bring our kids to the movie.
Well, I just want this music to be like, more expanded out to kids these days. Like the TikTok generation, I think they know very little about Guns N' Roses and Led
Well, I mean,
Zeppelin.
Thor
So,
just put us a one big, music video of
right.
the GNR. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I hope we don't get that.
No, no, but it feels. I mean, I mentioned Thor, but it kind of has an MCU vibe. This trailer did. A mix of the action, a mix of the jokes.
Oh, see,
I'm wondering how actual Dungeons and Dragons players and people that are within that world and like play the game and know about the different versions that come
yeah.
out and stuff. I wonder how they feel about this trailer.
That's one of the most interesting, guys. And if you're watching this, drop your comments below. Let us know what you think, because we know nothing of this world. Me and Sean here grew up. Grew up playing Magic the Gathering when we were younger.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that was one thing that we played a lot of. We never got into the role playing Dungeons and Dragons version, but
we let the cards do all the work for
yeah,
us.
yeah, we had a lack of imagination.
Right, yeah. We needed a dungeon master to tell us what to do, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Like, yeah, the whole role of a dungeon master, like, is that brought up in this? I didn't even
Or
hear
would
that
that be
word.
Chris Pine, because he's making the plans? His
Right,
plans
making
fail,
plans. The
but
plans
he's making
fail.
the plan. So
Plans,
is he
yeah.
technically the dungeon master?
Right. Yeah. So I like the trailer a lot. I think the cast looks cool. I thought the special effects looked good. It's always kind of touch and go with these special effects. I feel like anything outside of like the big players like Disney and stuff. It's always kind of with Paramount. This is coming from Paramount, I believe. It could have been like a Nickelodeon tie-in Viacom thing where would have had really goofy effects, and some of the effects did look goofy, and then other effects look kind of scary and on par with some higher end stuff. So I don't know. It's still fairly early. They have a lot of time to polish the effects on this if they're not quite finished. But
Dude, it just felt Netflix-ish to me. It
yeah,
felt like a Netflix direct to Netflix movie to me, and that's, I mean, maybe I'm off base, and like I said, maybe if we see more from it, for me, that'll change my my opinion on it. But I
right.
find it funny. Okay, so we've done 2 trailers reactions 2 nights in a row, and we've both been at opposites. That's
Both having
that's
to do with
fun.
dragons.
Yes, both with dragons. One subpar dragons, one pretty good set of dragons.
House of the Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway,
Okay, guys. Well, if you haven't caught already, we're Dad to Rock. We do these trailer reactions. We do a weekly show where right now we're working on an after show or rewind. We're calling a weekly rewind of Big Brother 24. So catch us 30 minutes after each of the live shows when that comes out. That's each week. Right now, I think this week it's Friday. Typically, I think it's gonna be Thursdays. But join us then. It's a live interactive show. We'd love to have you. But if you like these, these trailer reactions, keep your eyes open. I think we got more coming because it's Comic-Con week. So
Comic-Con, baby.
But I guess until we see you next time, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep it cheesy.
Roll out. Let's do it.
Let's keep it cheesy.